Hey everyone, so today's video is about this great little gold maker I found using tailoring in Wrath of the Lich King Classic Phase 4. You might remember on a previous video I was leveling tailoring ready for Phase 4 and I'm really glad that I did it. Despite Gamma dungeons only needing an average 210 item level, the bind on equip market has really kicked off. So the item level 245 tailoring items from Trial of the Grand Crusader are doing so well right now. And while everyone is looking at Ice Crown Citadel, the margins on them are ridiculous. So thankfully, if you already have tailoring, this isn't a hard one for you to get in on. If you don't have tailoring, then now is as good a time as any to level a tailor, especially since the cloth cooldown has been removed, so you get a bunch of easy points while you're leveling as well. So once you get your tailoring leveling sorted, I do recommend going to Shatreth and taking the Spellweave specialization. So list specialization means that you create two of your chosen cloth at a time instead of just one. So the reason I choose Spellweave is firstly, it's used a lot in these patterns, but also because it's the most valuable one. It uses Eternal Fire, so every time you create two of the Spellweaves instead of one, you're getting the maximum value out of your cooldown. Or your specialization, sorry. If you do happen to have multiple tailors, then you should specialize one into each. So you might note in the video as well, I'm an idiot. I clicked the wrong one first and actually cost myself an extra 150 gold there. So that is worth noting as well. That's the respec cost of it. So if you were deciding to go very big on your crafted items, then you could always bulk craft enough cloth at a time to make it worth the 150 gold respec cost. The patterns themselves aren't very expensive. I think prior to Phase 4 on Gehennis, they were around 10 gold each. They're now up to about 150, but it's still not too bad. I'd expect them to keep going up a little bit now because there's far fewer people are actually running TOTGC. Now, if we start by looking at Bejeweled Wizard Braces, they've got a really strong sale rate, and the cost for them is 4 Crusader Orbs, which are approximately 85 gold each, so that's 340 gold. You got 8 Spellweave, so that's around 25 gold each, so 200 gold total. You can usually bring that down. If the Eternal Fires are very expensive, then you can always look at buying some Frozen Orbs and then trading them in. I've costed 3 epic gems at 100 gold each. That's because it uses a green, a blue, and a red. So the reds are usually the most expensive, or another, again, a sore point. Yeah, the reds are usually the most expensive, but blue costs about the same as the red, and the greens are usually quite cheap. You can pick up some greens for about 50 gold. So I've averaged it out at 100 gold each, so 300 gold for the free. That then gives you a cost of 840 gold to craft one. And if you sell that at 1,250 gold, that's 410 gold profit. Now, you might see on my screen, TSM thinks that the profit is 700 gold plus. I'm not really sure how TSM's working this out. I've tried to figure it out using the TSM methods myself. So yeah, it's always worth checking manually. Don't just blindly be crafting things because TSM says you should, because it's not always going to be giving you the right number. Next then is Merlin's robe. So for Merlin's robe, you need 8 Crusader orbs. So at around 85 gold each, that's 680 gold. 8 spell weave at 25 gold each, that's 200 gold, and 8 ebon weaves. So you're looking at, I've costed this at 15 gold each, but I think you can do them cheaper because they do use Eternal Shadow. So they're I think they're currently about 70 silver. So I think you can do that cheaper. You've then got 8 dream shards, 20 gold each, so that comes to 160 gold, giving you a total of 1,160 gold to craft. So if you can sell that at 1,400 gold, then that's a 240 gold profit. Now, I've been deliberately conservative here. I know you can bring cloth cost down by crafting yourself the specific cloths. And Merlin's robe, for example, was selling much higher. It was selling for about 3,000 gold yesterday for a while. So the things definitely fluctuate all the time. If you ever watched a video I did on like the vendor flipping, and I've given you like the minimum amounts to buy at for that, if you can try to work out what your minimum costs, like the minimum amounts you want to buy your materials at, and then when you see them below that price, just try and buy in at that point, and then sell for the best price that you can. Other than bind on equips, we also have bags. So we're looking at around 6 gold profit per bag right now. That's never weave and frost weave bags on Gehenna CU. But I've had a look on Nexus Hub, and the profits are insane for, especially for never weave bags right now. They sell incredibly fast. So for myself, I like to post them in large quantities. So I'll post like 20 stacks of one bag, and then usually around 60% of them sell. And once they're expired and they're in my mailbox, I just repost them the following day. I don't worry about cancel scans or anything like that. For things like bags, I prefer just to do a big crafting session and plonk them all on the auction house at the same time. So once Cataclysm Classic is officially announced, which I assume is going to be in BlizzCon, I have to admit, I'll be pretty unhappy if there's no Cataclysm. So yeah, I assume it will be at BlizzCon. Once players are prepping for Cataclysm, all bags, including things like herbalism bags, are going to go crazy. Everyone's going to want to make sure that they've got the biggest bags possible for leveling. So now's also a really good time to make sure you've got the rep to buy all those patterns. I hope this is helpful for you. Do let me know in comments if you're selling these bind on equips. I'd really love to hear from you. And as always, please do take a moment to like and subscribe. It's so helpful. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.